crypto, NFTs. I mean, there's a lot.
Stop.
Yep.
I'm so bullish on NFTs. Stupid bullish. Especially now. Like, I've literally devoted my life to this shit. Like, literally 100%. Because, like, the more I got into the space, the more I realized the practical application of NFTs will make this like a mainstay in culture. Everyone has an idea of what NFTs are, but I think when it really sinks in exactly what it is, the hold that it will have in your everyday life will be undeniable, and no one's going to be able to ignore it.
I agree
and a couple projects that I pointed out, 4 months ago. Actually, I'm gonna be honest. All of them are taking off. Especially, bro. Talked about it before. World of Women, man. It's like it's so cool to see the tide changing in a way, and people now kind of seeing the significant projects and like, dude, I have to feel proud when I was right about like a pick. It lets me know my head is in the right space. I do kind of understand the space a little bit, but I just want to hit on NFTs real quick, just again because I believe they'll be a part of everyone's life eventually. But for those of you who maybe don't know what they are, I'm gonna say it in a different way. Download this. NFTs are nothing more than verification, verifiable ownership. So like you own your house, right, George?
Yep.
Why?
Because I needed a place to live.
No, why do you own a house? Why do you own your house? And why do we all acknowledge that you own that house? Why do we all acknowledge that I own 84 acres?
Better investment strategy than renting for some people. Some people want to feel the ownership. For me personally, it's a business move.
Humans want to own things.
Well, that we've talked about that in the past.
I'm saying why. The answer is you have a deed. There's something that says you own this house. We all acknowledge that to be true. That exists in the physical world, whether it's a receipt, a deed, a certification, whatever. Up until NFTs on the blockchain, verification of digital assets wasn't really commonplace, right? Like it's nothing more than being able to say like, hey, I own this, and for that reason alone. And I think if you start looking at it through that lens, not like here's an 8-bit cartoon called a CryptoPunk, because these are collectibles and it's cool. And it's where the space is at now. But just like any other industry, like there's evolution that's going to take place. It's going to evolve. And the word I'll use is it's going to mature. And eventually these collectibles, these cartoons, these NFTs that, most people think are like the Pudgy Pang of the Bored Apes, they're cool. And they were the catalyst and the first thing to like launch and make the space mainstream. But eventually it will mature. I believe next up is generative art. Art created by code or algorithm.
Well, that's what we have now.
It's already happening. So like, Fidenzas and there's some other ones that are like big. And to be honest, I actually don't know much about generative art. I'm still kind of stuck in.
I thought the apes were.
Apes are not generative art.
Yeah, I thought a lot.
There are characteristics, but an artist made them, and
each one they're all individually crafted.
I don't know, but that's not what I'm talking about with generative art.
So some of those projects that are like Own One, I don't know if Own One is, but some of those they program a code and they generatively create those pieces.
It's not what I mean.
Got it.
Truthfully, I'd like to do more research on this before I speak on it. But generative art created by code and algorithm solely. I think is next, and then one of one art I believe will be the final evolution and maturity, like real art, like you know what I'm saying, like
individualized pieces,
one of one artists taking time to create this thing that will have everlasting, eternal value in the digital space, and it's just a maturity that the space has to go through.
It makes it safer to keep that item too. Like say, for example, if it's on the internet and like you have paintings in your house that are electronic, if your house burns down, you're not going to lose your assets.
Let me tell you something. I was in Orlando, and I was in this hotel, and I'm walking by, really nice hotel, bro, beautiful art on the wall. Big pieces. Like even Kevin took a picture of it, and I took a picture of this one piece, and we were like, yo, did you see that? It's cool. And I had this thought. I was like, why do I have to be in fucking Orlando, Florida to be able to enjoy and admire this art? And in the digital world with NFTs, if digital displays become mainstay and everyone has them in their household, you can put your art anywhere in the world on any display like this. And I don't have to be in this random hotel in Orlando to enjoy a piece of work that someone spent a lot of time on. The ubiquitous nature of NFTs, among many things, is also very exciting for me. I could talk about this forever. Did I answer that Twitter question?
Yeah, you did. And by the way, just quickly to touch on, I think where you started was actually higher level than where you ended.
Yeah,
which was I think where the true future of it is bridging the gap between what currently exists, watermarks to claim your art online, to a true way of, do you know what I'm saying? So I think the big win ends up being commercial ownership programming. So it's like Getty Images, your watermark is useless, bro. Like somebody's gonna crop that out, and by the way, like even if they don't, like who really traces back that ownership? I think commercial ownership is commercial digital ownership will be a problem solved by NFTs
for things that are in demand. That's the only asterisk I'd add to that, because like.
Yeah, maybe, but even like as far as memes are concerned, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you produce a meme, and a meme that ends up getting 700 billion impressions, side-eyed, the girl standing in front of the burning building. Imagine being able to say, yo, that's mine. I created that, and there's a blockchain receipt that points to it.
So yeah, but you're still operating in collectible land. That's what I'm saying. That's like the most basic.
Well, hold on a sec. That's to say that the importance of a one-in-one designed piece of artwork has more importance than the most valuable meme on the internet.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
And I think there's a lot of people that argue that. I'm not one of them.
But
I think
2021. Your meme in 2021 in 10 years will be the dumbest fucking thing.
Charlie bit my finger.
It's cute, dude.
But
does that mean anything to you?
But it has. And by the way, I'm arguing a non-bi side. I don't have a side.
Yeah,
there,
no,
but I think there are people out there who would argue that culturally. For example, right now, the biggest thing would be imagine owning an ape or an alien, right? There are people out there that are like, yo, if you can give me ownership of Charlie bit my finger, or one of those, it far outweighs.
I'm saying no, because the demand for that video is so much less than a zombie
right now. But it's stood the test of time. Like if you ask anybody, like, what is the video from YouTube history? You know what I'm saying?
I
like
probably would have said the same thing.
A lot of people would say that.
Bro, who cares?
But like in 5 years, you may ask, yo, what is the collectible CryptoPunk? And
it's a zombie, or that's why there's a group of people who all think the same thing and value the same.
But
collection.
It's a silo comparatively to the massive audience of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a tiny little silo. So how do you provide true value? Is it that tiny silo?
No, there needs to. I'm telling you, this is it. There just needs to be demand. My assumption is this, and I could be wrong. Is
somebody did buy.
Yes.
They've been buying those memes as NFTs.
And
at what value?
I think they'll turn out to be a bad purchase.
Got it.
It's my guess.
Got it.